Hello friends, in this video today I'm going to show you or talk about MacBook Pro. Now the interesting thing about this MacBook Pro is this is the latest MacBook Pro that Apple has actually introduced back in September 2020, and today I'm going to walk you all through how this MacBook Pro is all about, and probably we'll actually unbox it, and also I'll run you through the tech specifications of this. Now, before I go ahead and unbox this, I want to show you that the packaging has actually not changed from what it was earlier. It's absolutely the same packaging, pretty much the same box, and you have MacBook Pro written the way it was always. And probably if I turn the package, you'd actually see that Apple has actually mentioned that it is the latest M1 chip. Now, before we go ahead and even talk about what this M1 chip is, in a very easy and a layman understandable format, I must tell you all that the Intel chipset that used to be there is no more there. Apple is nowhere telling that it has actually cut off the Intel chipset out of the laptop. It is now running its proprietary tool or proprietary laptop using its own chipset. What that means is more savings. I mean, in-house chipset, no more Intel chipset anymore, and yeah, I mean savings from the company production side, plus the prices have gone up. That means profit from not having the partnership with Intel. And I mean the partnership still there. I mean they have other laptops that have the Intel chipsets, but yeah, these laptops they don't. I mean this is just the beginning, and they will probably have all the laptops jump onto M1 at some point in time, or M1, M2, M3, they'll call it as per the versions increment. And you'll also be inclined, like this is an M1 laptop and another laptop will come with M2. So the M2 will be, of course, a little more, pricier, a little more performance oriented. I mean, it'll be more performant than this version, and that's how Apple must be planning its marketing strategy. And yes, the Intels are going away. That is the truth. So the specifications, I mean, I kind of drooled onto the screen mainly to show you this in a very quick jiffy. But I think you would have had, and probably if anyone is interested to buy this, you just have to decide what model. So this model is a 512 GB SSD that you see, and a 8 GB unified memory. The unified memory, that means they have one RAM featuring this 8 GB capacity. And this is a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and this MacBook Pro also comes with that dedicated escape button, which Apple kind of included as a key and no more as a touch feature. So as I unbox this, I mean we'll have a fresh unbox. This has this label here, so which I'm going to turn to my right and then probably open the box. And this box this box is really sturdy. I mean, even if it falls, I mean, which it should not, but if it falls, I mean, it should not damage the laptop. And of course, Apple doesn't give you any bags for that. You carry your laptop out of you take it out of the box and you put it in a bag right away. So you'll have to buy some case either on Amazon, or probably have to see it on Best Buy. And probably if you want to do that in person, you walk into a Best Buy store and you'll find some cases. So yeah, without without any ado, like let's just get started with the unboxing. I mean, we'll do two things here. People do unboxing in one video and probably tech specifications in the other video. I'll kind of try to combine both of them. If the video becomes too long, I'll kind of split it up. In one video, I'll kind of do the unboxing, which is currently going to happen. And if it actually exceeds like a 30-minute window, then I'll kind of do it in another video. So let's see how it goes. So as I said, like this is that label which I'll go and tuck towards my right, and that's how the unboxing process will begin. So yep, I'll hold you like this, and there you go. And to my right, I just have to, this is no rocket science. We all do it in our daily life. This is just like Apple has given us a direction to go ahead and do it. And yeah, I'll just open this polythene, this box. And as you can see, this trippy polythene is out of the laptop box. I'll put that aside. And yeah, as you can see, it's only the box now. And yeah, I'll go ahead and to give you all the first look, and I'll go ahead and open this box. And it's pretty much like taking this box cover up. And once you do that, yep, it's pretty much taking this box cover up. And as you do, there comes the mighty giant. And in here, I mean, I have a small aluminum foil that kind of protects a sheath, I can say, not a foil. It's sheath that kind of houses the laptop within. And this laptop has a small, has again a sheath on top of it. So that kind of protects from any scratch marks or dents during the transit. I mean, they transit millions of laptops in one truck or an airplane, but yeah, this thing would actually prevent it from any scratch marks. I mean, you can choose to keep it, but people would not keep it in general. I'll retain it for some days, and I'll probably keep it, but I don't think it's going to be there for like more than 2 days. But after that, I should actually get rid of it. I mean, usually you should get rid of it, but yeah, if you like, I mean, like a new product, I mean, gluey, like, yeah, I mean, that hangover stays with you for 2-3 days, yeah, definitely you should have it over there. Now this is basically, as you can see, will help me take this one out. I'll go ahead and take this giant out, and I'll kind of just give a 360-degree view of how it looks like. This is the back side of it, and the backside of it is like pretty much same as that of the previous versions. You have four, I mean, strap stands, rubber seated stands that actually, I mean, makes your laptop sit. While you sit on the floor, it doesn't touch the aluminum base, doesn't touch the laptop. It is this four stands will touch. So pretty much to keep the whole body not touching the floor. I mean, weight wise, I mean, it's a little lighter than what the previous MacBook Pros used to be. So it is like pretty much, I mean, pretty much heavier than the Apple MacBook Air, of course, but a little lighter than what the previous versions of Apple MacBook Pro used to be. So as you like, as like you start jumping from the Air to a MacBook Pro, I feel this would be a good transition. Like if you're planning to switch over, I mean, I do have a MacBook Air, and this MacBook Pro, I think the one that I planned to purchase before, I mean, that was, I always felt that was a bit heavy, but I feel now that this is much lighter. And it very much houses the logo in front, and yeah, from quite few versions, as you know, the LED light that used to have come like in a version like 5 years back, 4 to 5 years back, is no more there. You have a monochrome plated Apple logo. I mean, I turn the laptop to show it. I mean, to show the giant logo very clearly. And that is all on the outside of the laptop. I'll actually walk you through once I kind of take this this poly sheath out, and probably show you how the laptop looks like. I'll actually walk you through the box that's out here, and what do you have in the box. In the box, we have got this charging cable, and this charging cable, I think it's a 1 meter charging cable. They don't give us like a 2 meter, it's a 1 meter charging cable this point. And then you have this manual, and once you take this manual off, and then you have the manual, once you take this manual off, you will have the charger. I think it's a, I mean, we should go through the accurate specifications. It's a 61-watt charger. So, I mean, yeah, if that is clear. So it's a 61-watt USB-C power adapter, and this side of it will actually house one plug point, while the other will house the other point for the Apple on the Apple laptop. Now this point is basically a USB-C power adapter. So this is USB-C on this side, and you have another USB-C lightning port charger on the other side as well. Lightning port charging point, I beg your pardon. So this is all pretty much, I mean, there's nothing on the bottom side of this board. So that is all that you'll find here. The housings are pretty much the same as the old laptop base or packaging had. Pretty much everything is same. So I think we'll actually go ahead and jump onto that laptop now. I'll keep this one aside. I'll kind of make space for the laptop to kind of open, switch it up on in front of all of you and show you how it looks like. So this is the front of the laptop. I'll go ahead and take the polythene out of the laptop, without which, yeah. I'll go ahead and take this out, take this off, take this one off. Now, as I said, like if you want to keep this bag on it, but yeah, you can definitely choose to keep that. But yeah, as you see, I mean, the basic default option I will choose is I'll just also take this one out and probably keep it here. So everything's gone back to its original body. All that I have on my hand, in my hand, is actually the Apple laptop. In fact, the Apple MacBook Pro. So all set. Oh, it's the other way. So all set. I mean, tantana. There you go. And Apple welcomes you the moment you take it out. You heard a small welcome note or welcome music. And there's a covering on the screen. I'll go ahead and remove it. And it tells me to go ahead and do these few things. Okay. So I'll go ahead and click next. So it's basically started, it turned on, and there you go. It also has, I mean, if you go into the other videos for an Apple MacBook Pro, this is basically the touch bar. This is the touch bar, and I said like Apple introduced, I mean 3 models back, they introduced the dedicated escape button here. So the dedicated escape button is now a regular butterfly key, or a key, yeah, butterfly key, and all of these are actually touch bars. So you can actually use them to kind of decrease, increase the volume, the keypad lightning and all that. So I think this is regular stuff. I'll also talk a bit about that. The keyboard is pretty much the same, the lighted keyboard. It houses these 2 speakers out here, and the speakers are like, they are like electrifying. I mean, you play a music at full volume, you'll actually feel that okay, this has got some woofers I mean, you got woofers in this room. I mean, it is that powerful. So yeah, it is asking me to make this thing, make some changes out here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, so I think it's done. All I need to do is press next. Yeah, so it is now asking me what language. I'll go ahead, I'll keep it to English. Yep, and select your country. I'll go ahead and select United States. Okay.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Oh.
If you know how to use VoiceOver, press the Command key while you press Touch ID 3 times at the right end of the touch bar. To learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape key.
Okay, so I'll select United States, and this is probably the first option out here. Accessibility. Now accessibility is something that if you have, like if you want enhanced features that support your vision, motor, hearing and probably cognitive senses, then yeah, you should go ahead and choose one of them. But I'll actually choose not now for now. You can always choose them later from the settings. And it says select your Wi-Fi network. I'll go ahead and select mine. Okay. It should connect in a while, and it should take us to the next screen. Try to show as much as I can. Yeah, and it did take us through, and I'll click on connect. I'm sorry, continue. How do you want to transfer data at this point? From Mac, time machine backup, or startup disk, from Windows PC? Not now. I'll choose not now for now. Do you want to sign in with your Apple ID or use different Apple IDs? And now you can also choose to set that up later. I mean, I'll kind of do set up later. Are you sure you want to skip signing with an Apple ID? I'll go ahead and select skip. Terms and conditions. I mean, yeah, you can just go ahead and click on I agree. Create a computer account. Now I'll go ahead and probably select a computer account for this. Now what I can actually go ahead and do a default, which is tech and lifestyle. I guess that's our account that we will have. Yeah, and probably tech lifestyle is the account name that it wants to give us. Okay, and I'll go ahead and click continue. You haven't provided all the requested information. It wants a password. Okay, so I'll go ahead and provide a password to that. So pretty much, I mean, as you see, as you all can see, pretty much, I mean, this is the startup process that usually all of you will go through once you have any. I mean, may it be a MacBook Air, may it be a MacBook Pro. It'll go ahead and you'll go ahead and undergo all these settings. I mean, you'll have to set up all this. You do it on a daily basis. I mean, not a daily basis. I mean, on a regular basis. Once you get a new device, go ahead and close and share crash usage data. I mean, I choose not to do that. I'll go ahead and click continue. Enable ask Siri. I mean, yeah, that's okay to keep on enabled. And set up Hey Siri. I'll click on continue. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, open the documents folder. Hey Siri, show my downloads. Hey Siri, what's the weather? Hey Siri, what does the rest of my day look like? Yeah, pretty much it's done. Click on continue. I select not now. And yeah, it says touch ID. I'll set up touch ID later. Continue. Choose your look, how the dog and all would look like. I would actually go to the light one and I'll go continue. True tone display. I mean, you don't want to touch this. I mean, you want to have the true tone display on. So I would go with that setting. I like to have that on. So I'll click on continue. And yeah, there you go. MacBook Pro, the latest MacBook Pro, and with all the touch bar options out there, as you see. Yeah, that's the Hey Siri button and that's the touch ID. And yeah, pretty much the giant that you have right in front of you. Apple Macbook Pro M1 chipset. Alright, so I mean, yeah, to actually see what it is and how it is, I mean, Apple always claim that the performance of it is like lightning speed. So let's see. I mean, let's jump on to our first thing on the web. This is Safari. I mean, I'll expand it. I'll open a YouTube video. Wow, there you go. So I'll just play a music video. One of my favorites. Yep, there you go. Go back. I'll probably exit full screen, and I think you all heard. I mean, yeah, there's one more favorite, Shakira from Waka Waka. Yeah, you all heard the capacity of the speakers. I mean, they have not changed from what they were, and I always feel that the MacBook Air speakers are actually more powerful than the Pro. I mean, I have actually compared that in the stores. Like I have had put an Air right beside the Pro, and then probably run the same video at the full volume. Air versus Pro. I always feel it's a MacBook Air which is at lighting. I mean, at a better speaker volume than a Pro. But yeah, Pro definitely has more features, other features than an Air, and yeah, and that's what makes Pro a little advanced than the Air version, right? And yes, I mean, as you can see, there are all these options out here, and probably as you like, I mean, if you go back, I mean, if you close Safari for one reason, for instance, close Safari and you go back, and it tells you like enter the website name. I mean, the moment, I mean, you would have all seen that. I mean, the moment I click on this space in this area, the moment I do this, now look at, I mean, it says search or enter website name. I'd go ahead and click on that. This changes. I mean, I click on a blank space, it changes this to this, but when I go ahead and click on that address bar, this changes. I mean, I can go ahead and click on Facebook, and if I have to open that, I click Facebook, and look, there you go. So this is pretty much more cool. I mean, this I can say that in the older version of laptop, it wasn't that fast. I would accept that. I would accept this thing. I mean, it wasn't that fast the way it is now. I mean, I'd kind of again try to show you that demo. I'll kind of close this. I will again open it. Logan up, open up Safari. I'll go ahead and open that again. Yeah. So you have this blank page. Now let's see. I go ahead and open Facebook. What? And yeah, you see. I mean, how quick was that? That was rocket speed. I mean, I must say that was lightning speed. I mean, fastest. I mean, compared. I mean, I could have had another Apple MacBook Pro. I mean, the Intel version, and this one. Like, I'll show you Twitter. Let's see. And yeah, there you go. It's you have Twitter open like in a flash. I mean, yeah, we'll go to the Apple website. It's there. It's there. I mean, in less than a second, it's there. I mean, could if I could actually have a timer, I would. I mean, I'm guaranteeing that this was less than a second. I mean, be it any website, be it anything, Yahoo. I mean, I haven't opened Yahoo page like since ages. Now, yeah, it's done. I mean, the page is right there. Yeah, it's there. I mean, it's done. You done. Yeah, I mean, super cool. Yeah, so this is one. And then if you have like if you actually watch Apple TV or probably use the Final Cut Pro, I mean, you use the Photoshops or the Adobe Premieres tools and all. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you should actually feel the difference. I mean, I have heard from the developers that I mean, working on this new M1 is really different than how it has been on that Apple MacBook Pro. The rendering, especially rendering, used to take like hours. Now it has been reduced drastically. I mean, a video which used to take 2 hours to render has actually come back to exactly an hour. I mean, almost an hour, or I mean, just above an hour. I mean, you still get a savings of 1 hour at this point. Which what that means is, I mean, if you have had huge videos to kind of shoot and huge videos to kind of edit and then probably render, what you used to do is like, okay, it's gonna take me like 4 hours. So what I'm doing is like, okay, let me put my laptop on and probably set that rendering over the night. I mean, overnight, and I wake up in the morning, the rendering's done. I mean, great, have my video published. But no, you don't have to do that now. I mean, you won't have to do that anymore now. Just have that put in this new M1 laptop from Apple. I mean, yeah, have a Pro. I mean, the Pro is always a better version of capacity and capability feature wise, and I believe you're gonna rock. Yeah, so pretty much I'm impressed at this point, and yeah, the pretty much my job is around, I mean, working for a financial institution client, and probably it does it yeah, it will actually happen through this software for sure. I'm sorry, this laptop for sure. But of course not in this laptop exactly. And yeah, I mean, there is another, like, you would now on a regular, I mean, professional work side, you would now have the need to kind of have what I mean, Microsoft Office applications. I mean, they do not come they do not even come in a Windows laptop. They don't come in an Apple laptop either. So you'll have to buy that maybe with a license. A yearly license takes you like 45, but like for some, I mean for many who are like registered with Microsoft, I mean the organizations are registered with Microsoft as a corporate account, you get Azure storage for free. What that makes is that makes your Microsoft Office subscription totally free. Like I have a free subscription, and I kind of use all the features of Microsoft. I download legit software from Microsoft, and probably I download everything, and that's how I go ahead and use it. So that's all. I mean this is yeah, one thing I could actually show you is probably the maps feature. The maps feature, I mean at this point it says okay, I'll go ahead and allow it to check. I'll go ahead and allow it to continue. Yeah, so quickly was this map. I mean, let's say, I mean you have to select something kind of Lake Chelan, for example. Yeah, Lake Chelan State Park. Yep, I think previous versions of this laptop used to have that cursor rotate for at least 2 seconds and come back with a result, but I don't know, like it came back instantly, and this is one of its, I mean, promised features. So I believe it has excelled in this category as well. So at this point, I think I showed you the capacity of the website features. I mean, online or website features. I mean, not even a second does it take. And probably if you go ahead and open, I mean, I showed you by opening YouTube out there, and that video, I mean, the speakers were, I mean, blasting. They were huge. I mean, they produced quality sound, and from the clarity perspective, I mean, that we can go ahead and see. I can go ahead and open another YouTube video. Yeah, and I probably might run 4K video. I'll run a 4K video. I mean, we have many videos on the web. Like, yeah, one of this video, I can play like a 4K aquarium. It says 4K unbelievable beauty. So
to support local restaurants, we've been to every city, including Little Rock
and even
Worcester.
And tonight,
So-
I'll be eating the
Chicken quesadilla
from
Tony's Tex-Mex.
in
Katie.
Do you think they bought it? Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go. Amazing sound. You can hear that, right? And it feels like, I mean, if you ask someone to close your eyes and probably feel where you are, you would feel that I am near a seashore. Yeah, so amazing video quality. I'm not sure like camera, I mean, the phone will not be able to justify. The phone video, the camera is not able to justify the beauty that I'm actually seeing. So, it's actually magnanimous. The clarity is like detailed, you can see. And you can see, I mean, this must have been taken at least 100 feet above the air. And you can see the rocks out here. And it tells you what is the depth of these rocks on the bottom side. I mean, yeah, it's nice. And this video, I guess, it was playing like well within 1 second of my selection. For example, I'll go ahead and select this. Yeah, it was like there within 1 second. I mean, operation speed has now gone down by seconds, and in 1 second I was there. Okay, and let's say in this while this video is on, I'll go ahead and open Gmail and kind of click enter. Yep, I'm there. So the transitioning is like lightning speed happening at lightning speed, no doubt. So that is all from, I think, from this video. I mean, do send back your suggestions if you want to see something more, or if you want to see something extra. I mean, I'll be happy to kind of talk about it. Yeah, one thing I feel that I might have missed, and probably it's also regular stuff in all the Apple laptops, but I think it's it's a basic thing that I should cover. I mean, I did not cover the maybe the 360-degree ports and all view of this laptop. So on the sides you have got the USB-C ports. I mean, the ones that I kind of talked about while I was speaking about the charger. You just got two of them, and on the other side you got this 3.5 mm jack. That is all that you have. I mean, this is all that Apple gives you, and if you have to like, and you will not get a USB A or a USB B port, of course. So those are actually no more supported by Apple devices. I mean, Apple MacBooks at least. I'm starting from MacBook range, so these are no more supported. So it's quite a beast, I must say. This is I mean I used the word giant before this, and yeah, I mean this keypad has always been a luxury to work with. I must also have I mean, some of the users have this question like, how is this keyboard now? I mean, with the older versions of MacBook, I mean, you won't find a difference look and feel wise. But this keyboard, these keys have had a genuine problem. I mean, within some days or months of vigorous usage. I mean, I know there are people who use this MacBook Pro like anything. I mean, video calling and then probably website, any online activity. I mean, it's they're either their iPhones or immediately the laptops. I mean, people don't have. I mean, not many people have two to three laptops. They just have one laptop, and this is it. So they use this for everything. So that means they use this for a rigorous usage. I mean, put this to rigorous usage. So once they do that, that means this laptop is like under heavy use, and probably also expected to go under heavy wear as well. So I mean, with that, the keyboard had a problem. I mean, I'm talking of laptop versions like, I mean, 3 versions back, 3 to 4 versions back. So it had problems. So they kind of changed those back, and that actually was called as butterfly keyboard. Now that's gone. So now each of these keys are like function independently. Like if one key goes wrong, it doesn't have to be. I mean, the entire padding doesn't have to be replaced. It has to be kind of just this key has to be replaced. Is what I've heard of. But Apple is like they don't repair. They don't repair. They only replace. So if at maximum they find the keyboard's not functioning, they'll replace the keyboard. And if you have subscribed to Apple Care Plus, I mean, I always feel you should subscribe to an Apple Care Plus subscription, so that your laptop always is covered under warranty and safe for replacement. Okay, so I think that's all for today's video. If you like my video, do like and do hit the subscribe button. You'll actually see more of these videos coming soon, and I think I'll get better with all of your suggestions, feedbacks, and as things progress, we will also get better with time. I mean, you can all suggest me, I mean, what all you need or like to see. Probably if you also let me know immediately, probably in a day or two, or probably in a week's time, I think I can add more to the video. I mean, editing won't be possible. I probably can have another additional video on top of this laptop to kind of show you guys. But yeah, most of the things I did not speak about is because they are regular stuff, and all. If you are an Apple fan and you have been using Apple laptops for a while, so you'd know that stuff. I mean, if anything you need to know specifically, I want to call it out, you want me to call it out, definitely let me know. So yep, that's it from my end. Thank you, and wait for my next videos. Thanks. Bye bye.